Hi, welcome to Correlation One's information session on our Cloud Support Specialist training program. My name is John Benjamin. I'm Vice President at Correlation One. And in this brief talk, I want to give you a sense of what our training is like and why it might be right for you. This is an incredibly exciting program that's open to Amazon employees. And we say here, new skills, new future. And that's what we believe. In our training, we've helped thousands of people just like you find new higher paying jobs at Amazon or at other companies. And I want to talk to you today about how you might have the same outcome through our training. Let's start with one story here. This is Jerry Boykin. Like you, Jerry was an Amazon employee not long ago, and she took a Correlation One program. And here's what Jerry says. When I first joined the program, I was not confident in my technical skills at all. I'd never used Excel or written a line of code, so it was intimidating when I started. I asked myself several times if I could do it, but I decided to give it my 100% and not give up. I was lucky to have some amazing instructors and a dedicated coach who was with me every step of the way. I wound up finding a job I love as an analyst with United Airlines. And here's Eric. Eric was also an Amazon employee, and here's his story from our training. I would have given up looking for a new career if not for Correlation One training. I love the program. In particular, my career success coach, Jody, encouraged me to give it my all. Before working with her, I felt I'd hit a wall in my career, but the program inspired me to apply to new roles even if I didn't have the confidence or get interview invites at first. Sure enough, not long after graduation, I landed a role with FDM Group. So in these two stories, you can see probably something of yourself. We all can see part of ourselves in these stories. Jerry wasn't sure of her technical background. Did she know enough? Did she have the right degrees, the right background to succeed? She had never used Excel. Eric needed help on the professional front, coaching from a career coach and support. Every one of us can identify with that. And we build training that is made for you. You're unique. You have your own reasons for going through training and your own goals, your own dreams. Our training is meant to meet you exactly where you are and take you to the next level through different resources that we'll talk about here today. And before I dive in, I want to just say that you can apply right now. If you feel comfortable enough, you think you're ready to apply, you can go to this link, bit.ly/Amazon-cloud-support. Or you can use this QR code. Application's open and you can apply and not hesitate. But we'll dive in for those that want to learn more. So let's think about jobs in the cloud support ecosystem. This is kind of where it all begins. Today, migration to the cloud is a major force in the world economy. Cloud technologies will unlock $1 trillion in economic value for enterprises over the next decade. So it's a huge number, but what you can see in that is that big numbers inspire big need, and companies and governments and nonprofits all need to find people to manage the transition to the cloud that is going to become a huge force in the world economy. And cloud skills are highly demanded. So we see that 95% of roles leveraging the cloud cite a lack of cloud talent as one of the biggest roadblocks they face, according to McKinsey. So companies are struggling to find people who know cloud technologies, and our training is meant to give you those skills to meet this huge unmet need all around the world. And training can be your door to all sorts of jobs. You're not just going to be a cloud support analyst or some kind of one type of role. You see here a lot of different roles, and there are many, many, many more that are not on this list of jobs, real jobs that are open right now that you can get once you go through training with us, even if you have no background or knowledge of what these jobs are. So you see here, infrastructure support engineer, cloud support consultant, service desk analyst, hundreds and hundreds of unique roles. Each one's different, but in our training, you'll be prepared for the one that's best for you. And now let's look a little bit at what you'll do on the job. So the roles are unique and there's a lot of other things you'll do other than this, but here are 3 things that you might work on in your new cloud role. So resource scaling. Monitor the usage of cloud resources and adjust their capacity to ensure optimal performance while minimizing costs. Security management. Ensure that cloud resources are secure by applying best practices, such as encrypting data, configuring firewalls, and managing access controls. And deployment automation. Implement automated deployment processes to streamline the release of applications and updates for your organization. And in our training, you're going to learn these things in practical, real cases, step by step. So you see here on the left side, bullets of some of the things you'll learn. Introduction to IT, networking, operating systems, Linux, SQL, security, AWS ticketing, Python, Jira, and certification prep, plus a lot of other things. Each one of these is designed so that you learn in a comfortable step-by-step way. You start with an introduction and each thing gets progressively more challenging as we build on all the things that you've learned in the program. And you're going to learn through real cases. On the right side, you see, when you're learning security, you're not just going to learn a theory or have to read some text. You're going to get your hands dirty. And here's an example case where, for security, you would manage a real project where you ensure cloud resources are secure by applying best practices such as encrypting data, configuring firewalls, and managing access controls for your organization. So you're building on the things that you learn. We start a little bit slow for those who are new. By the way, if you're more advanced, there's going to be advanced curriculum for you to work on too. So don't exclude yourself if you happen to know a little bit. And you're going to learn everything through cases. We want it to be practical. All of us have been in schools and universities where you learn a bunch of theory and you start to say, what is all this for? And you're just confused and the stuff you learn isn't useful. We take the opposite approach. You're learning things that are useful day one on the next job that you're going to have so that you feel super comfortable making the next step in your career. Let's talk a little bit about the Correlation One approach. Why, you have a lot of options out there. Why Correlation One and what makes us special? So Correlation One, we're a technology company whose mission is to create equal access to the jobs of tomorrow and unlock diverse human potential. How do we do this? Well, an important place to start is this page. Now, these are logos of companies, including Amazon, some of the largest companies around the world. They're our partners. These are our clients and our partner organizations. We work with dozens of the top and biggest companies around the world today. And why that makes us unique is that a lot of schools, are going to teach ideas that might not be totally connected to a real job. Correlation One, we talk to these companies every day. We know them well. We know the roles that they're hiring for and the skills that they can't find in the market. So then we design training so that for these names that you see and for hundreds of other companies that hire our graduates, we're training in the things that really make a difference when you're applying for a job, really set you apart. It gives us a much different approach to curriculum that should leave you learning things that are really useful and make you really good at your job right when you start. And we're the world's highest rated digital skills training provider. This you see on the right side, this is a table from the third-party website Course Report. It's a neutral site. These are based on alumni reviews who review us on that website. You can check them out yourself. Hundreds of people of our thousands of alumni have left positive reviews. You can see on the site how we change their lives, change their careers through training. And we're able to do this because we genuinely care about each individual learner. On the right side of this page, you'll see, like Jerry and like Eric, little swatches of different grads of our programs. Each person, those are unique people that our team knows well. They all learned, they all have a story. And we built training and have always built training so that each individual unique person gets the right value out of training. We really care about meeting you where you are, teaching you the things you need to know, supporting you in the way you want to be supported, treating you the way you want to be treated. You're not a statistic, so you shouldn't be treated like one. And we take pride in personalizing our training and making it fit for you. Now, we've also received recognition for our training from outside institutions. So LinkedIn last year in 2022, excuse me, rated us one of the top startups in the United States. And Fast Company called us one of the world-changing ideas of 2022. Now, this is because of our training, because of the unique approach that we take to giving people knowledge, giving people the tools they need to take the next step in their career. Now let's look a little bit at the program. So when you look at training, you can kind of separate the different places you'll get value into 4 buckets. So you've got training, career coaching, jobs, and certification. So let's start with training. You've learned a little bit about what you're going to learn, and this is how you're going to learn it. It's practical, interactive, and it fits your schedule. So we do training that's kind of like the best of both worlds. It's online, so it's flexible and you can take it from anywhere, but it's also really immersive with real people teaching you. You'll have a real teacher and lecturer that knows you, can answer your questions. You'll have a real career coach who understands your needs. You can talk to about anything that you need. And it fits your schedule. So, we know you're busy. You have a challenging job, you have families, you have friends, you have personal commitments. We build training so that it fits your busy life and doesn't detract from your life or your work, but actually adds to it from the start. Now, it is a time commitment. It's around 17 weeks of training, and you're going to learn for about 10 hours a week. That 10 hours includes lectures, project work, and practice exercises. A lot of it's flexible. So if you're someone that, say, can only work on Tuesday mornings or Sunday nights or whatever time fits your schedule, whenever you can do the work best, a lot of the work can be done at the time that you choose. And the rest will work with you if you have a conflict, even with your job at Amazon, to make sure your schedule fits the program. We're here to make sure that the training is flexible and doesn't interfere with your busy schedule. Now, the second bucket is career coaching, and this is really something that's just as important as technical training. So you're going to learn a bunch of stuff, technical things about the field during training, but just as important is understanding how do you take that knowledge and turn it into action, turn it into a career. And the best way to describe this, how it starts, is that you're going to be introduced to a career success coach. This is someone who really has empathy and understands where you are in life and can help you sort of come up with a path to go to where you want to be. So this coach knows you by name. They can meet with you one-on-one, and you can ask questions about anything you want. There really aren't any bad questions here. So if you say, hey, I really want a job that's going to make 25% more money because I want to support my family better. Or you could say, I want a remote job, or I want to work in my hometown, or I want to stay at Amazon but get a promotion to this new area of the company, or I want to work maybe at a different firm. Any of those things are fair as you help to shape what your plan is going to be. And then you can also just go with normal questions. You can say, hey, I've never written a resume before. Can you help? I don't have a LinkedIn. Can you help me make one? Where do I find jobs? All of those questions and hundreds more are exactly the kind of thing that you can go to your career coach with. All of us have been in situations where we've probably felt alone. We felt like, hey, I got to figure all this out for myself. We design training to be exactly the opposite. You have someone to go to for all of the needs you have. They're going to listen to you and they'll help you figure things out the way that you need. And then jobs, this is a training and a jobs program. It's not just training. And one way that you can find a job is through our exclusive platform. We post dozens of roles every week from different partners of our company and other companies, people who are hiring, companies that are hiring people exactly like you. And your career success coach will help steer you to the right roles, but you can apply directly from the site. And it's a great opportunity to just find new roles, all the time. And I should note about this, you'll have access to your career coach and this platform even after the program ends for over a year. We know that some people, while you're learning, maybe you're too busy. A lot of people find jobs during training, but if you're one of the people that doesn't, don't worry. We don't leave you just to fend for yourself. You're going to have support even after the program ends. We're that committed to you and want to see you succeed. So you have this platform and your coach, even when the program is ended. And then certification. When you finish the course, we want you to come away with something that's really meaningful that you can put on social media, put on LinkedIn, put on a resume, talk about in a job interview, something that showcases the hard work you put into the program and the success that you've had. So you'll end the program with the certificate. It's unique to you, and it'll help you tell your story about the training and the practice that you've just gotten. And now we'll just look at how to apply. So this is an important slide here. Entry is merit-based. Now, that shouldn't intimidate you. Don't think I'm not good enough to get into a merit-based program. Every one of us has reasons to doubt ourselves in life. You've seen Jerry's story and Eric's story. Those are incredibly successful graduates of our programs, but they had doubts. The vast majority of people who take our programs, and all of us, have doubts about what we can do, whether we're ready. Don't hesitate. I'd encourage all of us, to believe in ourselves and understand that the cohort has a limited number of spots. So if you're interested in applying, you should really apply today, because the spots can fill up. And there's no barrier to apply. The program costs no money out of pocket, and there's no prerequisite to apply. You don't need a college degree. You don't need technical training. You don't need to know about the field before you apply. You just need to open the link and believe in yourself and try it. And now, to give you a sense of what the application's like, they're really just three parts. First is a written application that is going to ask you a few questions about who you are, your background, what you do. Then there's a skills assessment. We'll go into the details on the next slide. It's meant to measure what you know and help build the class around you. And then there's an admission decision. We don't want you to have to wait a year to figure out if you got in. We try to get you a decision within a week or two, so that you're not waiting and you can plan accordingly. So don't hesitate to apply today. And on our side, we'll try to get you a decision as soon as possible. Now, to zoom in a little on the assessment, this is a tool that lets us customize the curriculum to you. So like what I mentioned, it's about 45 minutes. It's around 12 questions total. And it tests things like computer literacy, interpreting charts and graphs, information processing, and logic and deduction. So you don't need to study for it. You don't need to train for it. There actually is no way to prep for it. Just go to a quiet area that you can focus in with a good internet connection. We recommend you take it on a laptop or a computer. And we're really just testing what you know. So don't think that you need to get a perfect score. Very few people get a perfect score. You're going to miss questions, but it's designed so that we can figure out what you know and then build a training that really is custom to you. And like I mentioned, we encourage you to apply today. Don't think that sometime in the future you're going to feel ready. All of us have moments where we don't feel ready. Ready is a myth, as our team sometimes says. We're here to support you. Your background at Amazon, the hard work you've put in, and the fact that you're even watching this video tells us all we need to know that you have a potential spot with us. If you get into our programs, you commit to it, we'll commit to you. I promise you that. And we'll make sure you have a meaningful and successful experience and can take the next step in your career the way that you want. And this is just a short reminder, be alert. We'll send you emails and texts after you apply, giving you updates on your application and the program. Be sure you're checking those, because sometimes important information can come through and we don't want you to miss that. There's more videos out there. I'm not going to play this today, but there's videos of our graduates, our alumni, our students, many different people that have benefited from our training, that run our training, to give you a sense in their own words of what it's really like. So I would encourage you to go to the application page. There's videos and other material there. you can learn more by going there. And that's what we'll end on. Here's the link to apply, bit.ly/Amazon-cloud-support. You also have a QR code there. Easier to apply on a laptop, but you can get started by clicking on a QR code on your phone. We encourage you all to apply today. We're really excited for each of you, and we really hope to see you in one of our programs very soon. Thank you.